For those who want to get into RC flying, if you just feel the urge to do it, I mean, when I first started, number one, I was shit. I was into quadcopters. Incidentally, I hate the name drone. A drone is something that sits in the sky that military use that kills people. They're not drones, they're multi-rotors or quadcopters or hexacopters or octocopters or copplers. Anyway, I hate the word drones. I won't use it. If you leave a comment on the bottom saying I love drones, I'll ban you. Anyway, if you want to get into RC stuff, yes, it is expensive to start with, but once you've got the initial parts, as in the transmitter and also your FPV goggles, which you don't need, but if your line of sight skills are crap like mine are, I am terrible at line of sight. I can't get my orientation right. So generally what I do is, whatever the plane is, or the quad's okay because you can just put your goggles on, but planes, obviously, once you start moving, you can't bloody stop, apart from when you crash if you're Tony. So what I do is I throw it line of sight, then I put the goggles down and away I go. So yeah, I do need goggles. This is a Taranis. It's a FreeSky Taranis with an upgraded case. It's got M9 gimbals. It's got absolutely everything on it. I haven't used it. This is the last time I used it. It says Spitfire on there. That's the last time I actually flew anything, which was, I don't know, August, September last year, maybe July, can't remember. My flying skills are basically a shite. They're terrible. I do try and I do persevere and I do keep going out and I do keep flying, or I used to, but I haven't done any for a long time now. I'm determined to get back into it because it's so... Actually, it's not therapeutic because of the amount of crashes I used to have. Oh dear. This is a bad crash. So there's the main part. There's the motor and the ESC. There's a canopy. There's the canopy. Anyway, that's probably 30 feet from the crash site. I'd say it was a successful maiden. Nobody died, and I had probably around about 15 seconds of flight time. So next maiden I'll try and get to Mars on a toaster. So you need the two basic things, or you need a basic thing, which is the transmitter. These aren't that expensive for what they are. I mean, the quality of this thing now, you've got sliders, you've got loads of switches all over the bloody place. There are newer ones out, but this one has been my trusty workhorse. This is my second one of these things. Battery lasts forever, everything lasts forever. These are Fat Shark, they're Dominators. Dominator 2, can't remember now. Doesn't even bloody say on them. Can't remember, I think they're Dominator 2s. These have been fantastic. The only thing that broke was the fan, and I've had to replace it with another fan. The fan's on there to blow, it blows air in there to stop these things from fogging up. All you do is you plug your power in, you plug that into there for the fan, you press the button and the fan comes on, and then you've got an image in there which you're not going to be able to see. Oh yeah? No, because it's black. So you can put different modules in here depending on what you're flying. I usually fly long range at 1.3 gig. All you do is you take that one out and you put that one in, which is a 5.8, and then there's the antenna for 5.8. 1.3 bloody big thing. So that's that. Fantastic piece of kit they are. Expensive but fantastic. Again, there's other things that you can buy. There's other all the goggles, there's all the receivers, there's transmitters, there's so many different types now, it's unreal. So they're the two basic ones that you can use. Now when I say I'm crap at flying, it's just my line of sight. When you're flying out, everything left is left, right is right, forwards, backwards and everything else is correct. When you're flying towards you, left becomes right, right becomes left. Everything's completely to cot when it's coming towards you, because it's all reversed. I can't do it. If you want to get into it, yeah, it's expensive to start up with. It's a one-off purchase, obviously. Then you can get your models, you can do exactly what you want when you want. I don't fly quads anymore because the stigma, number one, the stigma attached. Number two, there's some right dickheads out there who fly quads. I mean, absolute arseholes who fly them around airports, around over people, into buildings, and I just don't, I can't do it anymore because of that. So the Phantom Menace basically has ruined it for me. I'm going to leave a link in the description for a couple of YouTube channels that you can sit there and watch. Number one is RC Model Reviews or XJet. I'll leave it for both of those. It's the same person, Bruce, you know who you are. Everyone else knows who he is anyway. And also Matt Ogborn. Matt, I'm going to leave a link in the description for you as well. If you want to get into this thing, those two channels, basically they're probably the most in-depth tutorials and setups and everything else if you want to get into it. So what am I talking about? Go and have a look on their channels. I lost it. I don't know what I'm talking about now. Cup of tea. Go and have a look on their channels because they've done some fantastic videos, both of them equally. The hobby is expensive, especially to start off with, because you crash a lot, as I do, but when you get used to it, no, actually when I get used to it, I've been flying for bloody years now and I still can't get used to it. I've had a lot of successful flights, very successful. I've had a lot of very unsuccessful flights, but overall I love it to pieces. It's the thing that I keep going back to when I'm not bored. Number one, the adrenaline that goes through my body before I take off is unreal. When I'm in the air, I'm fine, but if I lose positioning, orientation, I can't remember where I'm going, where I've been, where I've got to go back to or anything, that's when I really start shitting myself. It's happened a few times. You have to be aware of your surroundings and absolutely everything. You have to know the place 100%. I can't just turn up to a place and fly from there, because I'll crash or it'll disappear and I'll never see it again. So I have to be aware of my surroundings. I have to be familiar with the site. Have a look in the description and watch some of their videos, because you're really going to enjoy it. Even if you're not an RC pilot, you don't like RC stuff, go and have a look. It's a hell of a lot of fun. I'm back building. This was sent to me for review. No, it wasn't. I bought it myself, so if it's shit I'll tell you. But then again, what I mean to say is, if it's shit I'll tell you, which is what I usually do anyway, even if it's sent to me for nothing. But I didn't get this one for free, I paid for it. There's been a lot of reviews on these things, and people are getting so excited. I'm super excited and I'm super happy and I'm super, oh, and that's fantastic. It isn't, it's a bloody plane. Where's the top? This isn't the PNP or the plug and play, plug and fly, blah 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 version. It's the kit. Is it a kit? It doesn't actually say on here. Anyway, it's the ones without servos. Wings, bits, stickers, and an assembly guide, which is, get rid of that. Fuselage. There it is. It's got a hatch on the front. It's got a piece that comes off there. It's got a piece in the bottom. Loads of places to mount absolutely everything that you want. This is going to be man and machine. I'm not, I don't think, going to put a flight controller in. There was two reasons why I didn't want the plug and play, plug and fly version. Is number one, I don't want a stabiliser in it, I want to fly it. I know you can switch them to manual and you can switch it to its horizon and I don't give a shit. I just want to fly this. Everything is inbound. It's quite fantastic actually. I'm amazed at the design of these things. Usually with planes and stuff, they're not cheap, so they're not going to be for everybody, believe me. Usually with planes you have to mess around putting the servos in the wings and everything. The servo controls, or the aileron controls, are there. Needs freeing up a bit. That one's alright. So everything, and the tail as well, get rid of that. Those go together like that, but they go in there. And obviously that has to line up with that, and then it pushes in, and that one has to line up with that. And that's it. That's together. The wings, does that have to go on? No. The wings, the same again. That lines up with that. Aileron lines up with that, and it locks in position with a clip. Simple as that. And then the control is via this, and the control is via that. So I'm impressed. I think it was 70 quid. I paid 70 quid for it, which is a lot more than I'd usually pay for a plane. It's probably double that I'd pay, but it's bloody worth it. You've got access to the bottom, you've got access to the top, a nice hatch on there that you can put FPV gear on and God knows what, with a nice lock on it, and then nothing comes off. They've really done this well. There's a hole in the front for your camera that you can put. I'm just going to put FPV on there, and then I may put an HD recorder on the top somewhere. Really impressed. I'm not super excited like everybody else is. I don't get super excited, it's a load of bollocks. I either like it or I don't. So what I'm going to do is, because I've still got a hell of a lot of radio controlled stuff, I'm going to dust the dust off. Put a what is it, 4 channel receiver in here, ESC, which I've got, and I've got an ESC. I'm going to put a 2600 kV motor on the back, 3 prop, which I can, because I can. And I'm going to build it. Job done.